collaboration with Makeup by Mario, or the Master Palette by Mario. This is a product that was leaked like a year ago, and can we talk about makeup leaks for a second? I'm getting a little bit annoyed with so many new makeup products getting leaked because I feel like they're ruining the fun for us, you know? Like, we know about things like months or a year in advance and we don't get to see it for a really long time. Damn you, Snapchat and like secret beauty blogs and stuff. Let us go back to the way life was before so much social media espionage, like, you know, screenshotting and zooming in and seeing secret projects. That's why my secret projects are always in this drawer right here. So if you want to know about what secret projects are up my sleeve, you gotta break into my house. Just saying. Anyway, so today I'm here with a video on Is It Worth the Hype, this palette. First of all, before we get into colors and textures and everything, can we please talk about why it's $3 more expensive and you get 2 shadows less? Y'all know how I feel about my basic arithmetic when it comes to eyeshadows. I need to break it down by pan, by weight, by everything. I need to know what it's all about. And from the beginning, I was like, this palette looks kind of small next to my Modern Renaissance, which you know is like my 3rd born child. So I was like, wait a second, is it smaller? It is smaller. Wait a second, are there less colors? Oh, yeah, there are less colors. What the snatch? Each pan has the same amount of product, but there's just 2 pans less, and it's $3 more expensive. And you don't get this fuzzy velvet blush beautiful cover. It's just black with a little bit of gold foil on it. Anyway, I like the palette. So if you guys are in a hurry, is it worth the hype? I don't know if it's worth the hype, but it's definitely a great palette. So let's break it down. The Master Palette by Mario is a $45 palette. It's considered special edition. I don't know what that means because usually things are labeled limited edition, and that kind of gives you that sense of urgency that you need to rush out and buy it, but it's titled special edition. Does that mean that it's not limited edition? Does that mean that maybe they're gonna sell it out and then bring it back later, like next year? I don't know. Does that mean it's gonna be special edition, 2nd special edition next year? I don't know I'm confused. We need to like commit. It's either gonna be limited or special, but don't confuse me. None of this vagary around here. Is that a word? I don't know. So it is a special edition palette. Nowhere could I find if it was exclusive colors to this palette. You guys know when a company collaborates, they do exclusive shades or they pull existing shades and put them into a compact. It doesn't say that they are, but the names of these imply that they are special to Mario in a certain way, whether it's some of his major clients, major cities that he's worked in. So, okay, the palette has 12 shades. They're neutral and jewel tone shades. There is a mix of ultra mattes, metallics, and satins. When I saw this palette, I was like, oh no, it doesn't have my matte vanilla shade. So I'm gonna show you guys some swatches of the colors in here. The formula is amazing. There is not a single color in here that is poop. In fact, you guys know how I love the Modern Renaissance palette, but there is one eyeshadow in here that's a little subpar. This palette doesn't have a single one that is subpar. And the texture of these shadows is unlike something that I've ever used before. I'm gonna give you guys a really weird example, but stay with me. My dog wants me to hold him. One of my 4 dogs, in case you're new to my channel. So, have you ever wondered if there is a palette out there that you can do your makeup using your fingers? This is one of those palettes that the formula of the eyeshadows is so soft that it almost feels like a cream. And most of the looks that I've created using this palette are by using my fingers. I'll go in and I'll blow out the transition shade. Please don't mind the glasses marks. I'll go in and I'll blow out the transition shade, and then I just go in with a melange, a mixture of colors, and just kind of bump them onto the lid, a little bit up on the crease, a little pop on my brow bone. They like just run together beautifully. If you suck at blending, you're a beginner at makeup, you're in a hurry, or you're kind of like a no fuss, no muss, and you just want a palette that's always gonna make you look good. I'm telling you guys, when I saw this palette, I was like, meh, you know, like, well, you know how I feel about my warm browns. Like this color right here, Isabel, is beautiful. It's what I'm wearing as my transition shade today. But when I saw it, I wasn't really like excited. Do you see that? Like the sheen that these eyeshadows, look at my middle finger. Look at that sheen. It's amazing. The color Paris makes me want to punch a puppy, you guys. Do you see that? Every time I say that, people get so angry at me. You guys, it's just an expression. I have 4 dogs. I wouldn't punch a puppy. It just means I'm really excited. They're so soft, not like messy soft, like almost like a cream formula. And they just go well together. When I was doing this look, I filmed a Get Ready With Me. I think it's in Spanish, so it'll be on my Spanish channel. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take this color. Oh, and I'm gonna take this color. And they just, it's almost like the colors just harmonize together. There's no way to get it wrong. There's no bad combination. There's no, and I was like, Mario, I'll see you. I'll see what you're trying to do. I get what you're saying by Master Palette. A lot of times we're scared to use jewel tones. We think they're a little too flashy, a little bit too dressy. But I mean, I went to church like this, and I don't know about you, but I don't look like I'm going anywhere fancy, right? It looks like makeup for every day. This palette is amazing. Absolutely love it. It's definitely worth the hype. And if you still have that question as to why it's $3 more expensive, I'm pretty sure the answer is in this brush. This is a new brush, exclusive to this palette, and it's not the same as the brushes that you find in the other Anastasia palettes. If you guys can tell, let me flip it around for you guys. The one on top, I'll show you guys an insert of a close-up because you're probably like, Dani, I can't see jack of what you're showing me. The brush is the same size. They both have a blending brush on one end. It feels the same to me, kind of. The same length, the same bristles, except the one in the Mario palette isn't as stiff. I feel like the one in the Modern Renaissance palette is a little bit more dense, so it's stiffer. The one in the Mario palette is a little bit softer, so maybe there's less bristles in it. But when you get to the other side of the brush, I don't know if this is a dual fiber brush. I don't know if it's like badger hair, because I have a couple of badger brushes and they look just like this one. But it's definitely a different type of bristle. It looks like a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more of a higher end type bristle. The actual brush itself though feels the same. I mean, it's still pretty lightweight. It doesn't feel like it has too much weight or like it's too sophisticated or anything. But the actual bristles on this one side are definitely different. You guys can tell in the close-up. So I think that might be where the price increase is. Another thing is that Mario is major. I mean, he is a huge, huge name in the beauty community. He's made a really great name for himself. He just farts in Kim Kardashian's direction and he makes her look beautiful. So definitely a worthwhile collaboration. You guys know that with products like these, you have to be a fan to go out and buy them. You're not just gonna walk into an Ulta and be like, oh, that palette looks interesting, I'm gonna get it. No, you're on social media, you follow YouTube channels, you know what you're looking for. So the colors are beautiful, they go great together. I think the launch time was perfection. These colors are gonna be amazing for fall and winter. I could totally see myself wearing this beautiful olive shade for like Christmas or Thanksgiving. It's called Bronx. So it's definitely great timing for this launch. Where can you get this palette? This palette is available at Ulta, Sephora's, and Macy's. Online. In store, I believe they will be available around October 20th. If I have exact confirmed dates, I will have them listed in the description box below. So all in all, if you were to say, Dani, is this palette worth the hype? I would say, if you fit the profile or the style of makeup user that could use a jewel tone palette, then yes. Is it poor quality? Heck no. The quality of the Anastasia shadows, for some reason, I feel like just dramatically improved overnight after she launched the individual pans, because this formula is not the same formula that was in the other collaboration palettes. It's definitely different. So the Modern Renaissance palette is not limited edition, in case you guys were wondering. This is a palette that is permanent. It's one of my favorite. This palette jumped into like my top 5 favorite palettes of all time. The formula in these is the same as those, so it's definitely a great palette. So if you want to be hip and on trend this fall and winter, definitely get your hands on this special edition palette. I don't know, you guys. I don't know how I feel about special edition. I need to know if it's limited or not. I know they keep restocking it, so go get yourself one. See if you like it. I actually got mine for like $20 because I used my Ulta rewards points. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will link this palette in the description box below at any of the retailers that I can find them. I will also link the sweater because I know a lot of you are going to ask me, hey Dani, where's your sweater from? Where are those glasses from? Which, can I put them back on now? Because Mama can't see herself on the viewfinder. I will link anything that I need to link for you guys in the description box below. And like always, if you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!